Hello student, today I am going to solve NIS 317 Political Science question paper of February 2021. This question paper contains 26 questions. Section A has 20 questions and section B has 3 plus 3 questions. Maximum marks is 100 number and passing marks is 30 number only. Time duration is 3 hour. All questions of section A are compulsory. Attempt only one option from section B. Section A 1. Define political science. Political science focuses on the theory and practice of government and politics at the local, state, national, and international levels. We are dedicated to developing understanding of institution practices and relations that constitute public life and modes of inquiry that promote citizenship. 2. Explain the Marxist concept of state. For the Marxist concept of the state is essentially only that the state, as he wrote in the Communist Manifesto, is the organized power of a class to repress another class. 3. Mention any two features of Indian Constitution. 1. The Indian Constitution is the most detailed constitution in the world. It contains as many as 395 articles and runs into a huge number of pages. 2. The Indian Constitution is a federal constitution with a strong center. 4. State any four main functions of urban local bodies: public health, welfare, regulatory functions, public safety, public infrastructure works, and development activities. 5. State any two legislative powers of the President of India. 1. Summoning the Houses of Parliament in normal circumstances. 2. Dissolving the lower house and summoning a joint session of both the houses in case of deadlock between the two on a particular bill. 6. What is universal adult franchise? According to the universal adult franchise, all citizens who are 18 years and above have the right to vote. Everyone, irrespective of their caste, religion, color, educational background, race, and financial conditions, are free to vote. 7. State any two merits of good governance: maintaining law and order, people carrying administration, justice and rationality as the basis of decision, corruption-free governance. 8. What was the main demand of two-nation theory? The two-nation theory is an ideology of religious nationalism which significantly influenced the Indian subcontinent following its independence from the British Empire. According to this theory, Muslim and Hindus are two separate nations with their own custom, religion, and traditions. Therefore, from social and moral points of view, Muslims should be able to have their own separate homeland outside of Hindu majority India, in which Islam is the dominant religion, and be segregated from Hindus and other non-Muslims. 9. What is Panchashil? The five principles as stated in the Sino-Indian Agreement 1954 are listed as 1. Mutual respect for each other's territorial integrity and sovereignty. 2. Mutual non-aggression. 3. Mutual non-interference in each other's internal affairs. 4. Equality and mutual benefit. And 5. Peaceful coexisting. 10. Differentiate state and government. A. The state has authority inherent in itself, whereas the government has no inherent powers. B. The state is a larger entity that includes all the citizens. The government is relatively a smaller unit that includes only those who are employed to perform its function. C. The idea of state is quite abstract. The government is the concretization of the idea of the state. We see the government, not the state. D. The state is a near permanent institute. It is so because it does not die unless it is attacked and made a part of the other state. The government is temporary. It is so because it may change. Today's ruler may not be tomorrow's ruler. 11. What was Gandhi's concept of Ram Rajya? The spirit of the Gandhian Rajya is that is a self-regulating system where everyone is one's own ruler and not a hindrance to one's neighbors. Gandhiji's concept of decentralization has an economic aspect. He argued for the devolution of economic power as well. He advocated village economic through the promotion of village, small cottage industries. In fact, he was for the self-reliant village economy. His concept of Swadeshi is the spirit which required us to serve our immediate neighbors and use things produced in our neighborhood in preference to those more remote. Gandhiji favored the revival of indigenous industries so that people could have enough to eat. In his opinion, any kind of economy which exploited people and helped concentrated wealth in fewer hands stand condemned. 12. Distinguish between fundamental rights and directive principles of state policy. 1. Fundamental rights. These are negative as they prohibit the state from doing certain things. Directive principles. These are positive as they requires the state to do certain things. 2. Fundamental rights. These are justifiable, that is, they are legally enforceable by the courts in the case of their violation. 2. Directive principle. These are non-justifiable, that is, they are not enforceable by the courts for their violation. 3. Fundamental right. They aim at establishing political democracy in the country. Directive principle. They aim at establishing social and economic democracy in the country. 4. Fundamental right. These have legal sanction. Directive principle. These have legal and political sanctions. 13. Explain the law-making functions of the state legislature. Pause the video and see the answer. 14. Describe the composition of the Election Commission of India. What are its power and functions? Composition of Election Commission of India. The Election Commission consists of the Chief Election Commissioner and 2 Election Commissioners. Power and function of Election Commission of India. 1. Delimitation of constituencies. 2. Preparation of electoral rolls. 3. Recognition of political parties. 4. Allotment of symbols. 15. Analyze any 5 factors responsible for the growth of regionalism in India. The growth of regionalism. 1. Regionalism made its appearance as a reaction against the efforts of the national government to impose a particular ideology, language, or cultural pattern on all people and groups. 2. Continuous neglect of an area or region by the ruling parties and concentration of administrative and political power has given rise to demand for decentralization of authority and bifurcate of unilingual states. 3. The desire of the various units of the Indian federal systems to maintain their subcultural regions and greater degree of self-government has promoted regionalism and given rise to demand for greater autonomy. 4. The desire of regional elites to capture power has also led to rise of regionalism. 5. The interaction between the forces of modernization and mass participation have also largely contributed to the growth of regionalism. 6. The growing awareness among the people of backward areas that they are being discriminated against has also promoted feeling of regionalism. 16. Explain the role of caste in Indian society. Role of caste in Indian society. India's social structure is best understood in the term of caste system, wherein the caste is hierarchically arranged. Over the years, the caste system developed into an elaborate system to maintain socio-economic inequality in the society. Individuals born in and belong to the lower caste and the outcasted suffered from many disadvantages and were oppressed and exploited by the upper caste. There are 4 Varna: Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. In reality, there are not 4 but thousands of castes and jatis. Caste is localized group having a traditional association with an occupation. The principle of birth forms the exclusive basis of membership in a caste group. Accordingly, the choice of occupation is not open but is determined on the basis of one birth in a caste. The socio-religious movements of the 19th century had made the lower caste conscious of their backward conditions and also of their rights that had been denied to them over the century. By the time India gained independence, the backward classes, because of politicization, had become a force of reckon with. Their claim and demands could no longer be ignored. At the same time, the nationalist leaders were also committed to the task of improving their conditions. 17. Justify the need to impose financial emergency. Assess any 5 effects of such an emergency. Pause the video and see the answer. 17. Or analyze center-state legislative relations to ascertain that India is federal but with unitary features. Pause the video and see the answer. 18. Explain the law-making procedure of the Indian Parliament. Pause the video and see the answer. 18. Or explain the powers, functions and role of the Prime Minister of India. Pause the video and see the answer. 19. Analyze various efforts made by the Indian government for creating a better environment. Pause the video and see the answer. 19. Or explain role and importance of the National Human Rights Commission for protection of human rights in India. Pause the video and see the answer. 20. Why do some political observers describe India's participation in UN peacemaking operation as excellent? Explain. Pause the video and see the answer. 20. Or explain 4 basic principles of Indian foreign policy. 1. Panchashil. 2. Non-alignment. 3. Anti-imperialism, anti-racism, anti-colonialism. 4. Strengthening of UN. B. Option 1. 21. State any 2 objectives of new international economic order. The crucial aim of the NIEO is to promote economic development among the poor countries through self-help and South-South cooperation. The NIEO intends to deal with the major problems of the South, such as balance of payments, disequilibrium, debt crisis, exchange scarcity, etc. 22. Security Council is the most powerful organ of the United Nations. Explain. Pause the video and see the answer. 23. Explain the need for restructuring the United Nations. Pause the video and see the answer. 23. Or explain role of the United Nations for protection of human rights. Pause the video and see the answer. Option 2. 21. Point out any 2 reasons which limit the role of the Central Vigilance Commission. Pause the video and see the answer. 22. Explain composition and functions of the Union Public Service Commission. Pause the video and see the answer. 23. Describe main functions of the Cabinet Secretariat. Main functions of Cabinet Secretariat. Cases involving legislation including the issuing of ordinances, addresses and messages of the President to the Parliament. Cases involving negotiation with foreign countries on treaties and agreements, etc. Proposal for sending delegations of persons abroad in any capacity. Proposal to appoint public committees of inquiries and consideration of reports of such inquiries. Cases involving financial implications. Cases which a minister puts to the cabinet for decision and direction. Cases of disagreement among ministries. Proposal to vary or reverse decisions. Cases which the President or the Prime Minister may require to be put before the Cabinet. Proposal to withdraw prosecutions instituted by the government. 23. Or describe any four corrective measures suggested by Administrative Reforms Commission for better relationship between the political executive and the civil servants. Pause the video and see the answer.